Alright, so here's another battle report. Actually, the same thing, 2,400 points. Did no special characters. Rolled Battle Line again, so we fought Battle Line. Playing at Chad's place. His table, this table's a little bit small, so we only had 6-inch deployment zones, so it's a little, other than that, it works fine. I'll go over my list quickly. It's the same list as the last battle report. I got 5 dogs, my Chaos Lord on Demonic Mount, another 5 dogs, Chariot of Slaanesh, Warriors of Slaanesh with my Wizard. He has the spells Ecstatic Seizures and Frenzy. Other Chariot of Slaanesh, the 50 Marauders with great weapons, Battle Standard Bearer with Crown of Command, Slaanesh Giant, and 8 Ogres with great weapons. His list, starting in the bottom left, which you can't see in the picture, is his Rune Lord on the anvil. 10 warriors, no command, just warriors with shield. Then we have the Grudge Thrower with engineer. He likes engineers. 10 Thunderers. The next is his Bolt Thrower. Then he's got a Master Engineer between his Bolt Thrower and his cannon. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what runes they have, but they were not runed up to the hilt. So, and then we got, it added up to being, I think there's like 20 hammers in there, but his Battle Standard Bearer's in there, and a runesmith. Then he's got a unit of Longbeards. Don't think there was a character in there. And then we got 20 crossbowmen with great weapons. And then he also got 2 units of miners, 10 strong, no command options. So, okay, on to turn 1, Dwarf. Alright, for movement, he moved his Thunderers up next to the terrain. His warriors moved up, they're 6 inches. Shooting was very ineffectual. His Quarrelers did the best. They killed 1 ogre, exactly 1 ogre. His cannon fired at the giant, hit him, and then failed to wound. Bolt Thrower, I think, yeah, he targeted a chariot, hit the chariot, failed to wound. Grudge Thrower misfired, I think. Yeah, misfired. Lost a crew member and can't shoot this turn or next. The Anvil moved the Thunderers into the building. And that was Dwarves 1. Alright, Chaos turn 1. I moved up. As you see, the Mysterious Forest was a Blood Forest. So any spell casting, you take die 6 strength 4 hits, and then the forest jumps. Yeah, my spellcaster's in that unit, so oh well. And then we did a mysterious water feature for the little marsh thing. Turned out to be a river of, or a marsh of light. So my giant got Faw's protection cast on him. Other than that, nothing really happened. Oh, I cast Ecstatic Seizures irresistibly. Yeah, irresistibly on his hammers, hoping to kill a character out of there. But I killed like 5 or 4 hammers and none of the characters, so that sucked. Then lost one of my warriors to the Blood Forest, and then the miscast took a wound off my mage, and then the forest hopped behind. So that was Chaos 1. Dwarves 2, both minor units came on. So one unit came on behind the dogs, and then the second unit came on behind the Marauders to try to slow them down. Shooting, his cannon shot at the wonderful chariot, my right chariot, put 3 wounds on it. then, or one wound. He only did one wound to the chariot, and then his bolt thrower shot at it and did die 3 wounds, and actually did the 3 wounds that he needed to kill the chariot. So cannon and bolt thrower combined to kill a chariot. The crossbowmen shoot and kill one ogre again. His grudge thrower can't fire, and he tried to charge his left unit of miners into the rear of my dogs with the anvil, but rolled a 1 and then rolled a 6, so it was fine for doing its thing next turn. That's it. On to Chaos turn. Alright, Chaos turn 2. Ogres declare charge on his Quarrelers. They stand and shoot, kill an ogre on the way in. Ogres did a whole bunch of damage. They did a whole bunch of damage back. I won combat by like 3. He held and made his test to reform. So yeah, that combat not going as well for the ogres as I liked. My giant went back to tangle with his miners. I moved up with my 2 infantry units to get closer to his infantry. My dogs charged into his thunderers, didn't do any damage, and I got killed for their trouble, so that didn't work out well. My chariot went over to tangle with the miners on the left, and my lord charged in, killed 4 of his dwarves, but they're steadfast because they have a rank and I have nothing to stop it. So, yeah, that's Chaos turn 2. Alright, Dwarves turn 3. His miners on the left declare charge on my dogs. I choose to flee. I flee through his unit. Don't make any dangerous terrain failures, so they're fine. He rear charges my general. That combat happened. He turns around, kills 4 of the miners. My beast kills 1 of the warriors in the front. I win combat. He fails a stubborn check with the miners, passes with the warriors, and so the miners ran right in front of the chariot. There you go. Combat with ogres and the... he charged with his miners at my marauders, bypassing my giant. Arg. Yeah, that sucked for me. He did some wounds, I did some wounds back. My battle standard bearer moved over to fight, so he's the one doing all the damage. But he held, so it holds me up for another turn. Ogres, he kills 1 ogre, I kill a few guys, I win combat, or we tie. Anyways, we stay. He does all of his shooting at my warrior unit. Pretty much fails with everything. He killed a couple of guys. The bolt thrower, I think, but yeah, it was pretty failure. And the thunderers tried to shoot at the chariot, but they're behind hard cover because of the ruins and stuff, so he needed 6s to hit, so he didn't even hit. And that was Dwarves' turn. On to Chaos. Alright, Chaos turn 3, I think. Okay, so not a lot happened here. The chariot charged into his miners, ran him down because they didn't rally. Or no, I charged them, they fled off the board, and so it was a failed charge, so that's why I'm not very far. There we go. My dogs rallied, so they're done. I move up my warriors a little bit and get my giant in position to hopefully combo charge his hammers. I finally break his miners off the back. I restrain my pursuit with the battle standard bearer reroll, and then the ogre combat. I killed a couple of guys. I think he won combat by 1, but I stayed. But I have 1 ogre left with 1 wound, so that's a losing fight right there. But yeah, on to Dwarves' turn. Alright, Dwarves turn 4. Sure enough, his Corlers beat off my ogres and then just turned to reform. He reformed his thunders in the building. They fell off their base, but they're there, whatever. My lord finally killed off. I think I broke them this turn, but I chose not to pursue so I could charge the anvil next turn. He put 2 wounds on the giant, and then hit the warriors with the Wrath and Ruin ability on the anvil. Killed. I don't think he killed anybody, but they're half movement, so they're movement 2, which keeps them from charging pretty well. Yeah, and then on to Chaos turn. Alright, Chaos turn 4. My dogs charge into his Grudge Thrower. The Lord charges into the anvil. I learned how tough the anvil is. I try to charge my warriors and my giant into his hammers. Fail both charges. My unit of marauders charge into his longbeards. Do charge in, do enough to make him not steadfast. He needs to make it on like a 4. Fails and runs off the board, so I choose to reform, facing the hammers. Hopefully I can get enough guys in there to wipe them out because they're stubborn. And Chariot just turns to face the guys in the building. Yeah, so that's end of Chaos turn. Alright, Dwarves turn 5. He angles his hammers so that I'm not in the flank. He did a lot of shooting at my warrior unit. Really reduced them. Actually, I think I might have missed a picture. Because this... Yeah, I must have missed a picture. So this will be end of turn 5. A lot of the War Machine combats, nothing's happening there. But I miscast on my wizard to cause more toughness tests on his hammers, and I lost a lot of guys to the strength 10 small template. So other than that, that's all that happened there. We'll go on to the next picture and we'll see where we pick up. So this is a picture of end of turn 6. Yeah, I must just forgot to take a couple pictures. So my not a lot happened in his turn. My Chaos Lord's still fighting the anvil. The dogs are still fighting the Grudge Thrower. My Chariot charges into his Thunderers. I take 3 wounds from running through terrain. Kill a few guys, but he does not break, so that ends there as nothing. My warriors charge in, kill a couple of cannon crew, but he's stubborn with a war machine, so they don't break. My marauders charge in, kill a few hammers. I win combat, but he's stubborn, so he doesn't break. And that's where the game ends. His miners ran off the board. The other unit of miners ran off the board a while ago, or I think just right then they finally ran off the board. So it's a victory to the Dwarves. So that's 2 losses in a row for my Chaos. I think I'm going to put them away for a little bit. Thinking about bringing out my Skaven. I haven't played them in a while, so it should be interesting. I hope you continue to watch. Thanks for listening.